Topping our newscast this hour, California is projected to be sitting on the largest budget surplus in state history this year at more than $68 billion. In the short term, state lawmakers will have to decide how to spend that money. But to avoid future budget problems, they need to decide whether to cut taxes or change the state's spending limit. 17's Ashley Zavala explains the early talks on this issue.
California's projected $68 billion budget surplus could set a record, but also raise some concerns for the state's financial future. As we reported last week, the Independent Legislative Analyst Office has warned lawmakers that over time, the state will not be able to handle continued triggering of the state appropriations limit, a formula that was set in 1979.
This is not a situation that we can grow ourselves out of. In fact, the more that the revenue grows, it could exacerbate this situation.
Each extra dollar over the limit becomes associated with nearly double that amount in required spending. Now, back-to-back years of triggering the limit, that required spending could grow out of hand and send the state into future budget deficits, regardless if the economy grows or hits a downturn.
Absent a significant recession that resets our revenue base at a much lower level, we really see this as continuing to be an issue, a recurring issue over the next several years.
The LAO says there are two long-term solutions for the legislature and governor to consider: either reduce taxes over time or ask voters to change the limit.
We didn't really take a position on which one is more effective. Certainly, times have changed since the 1970s. We get a lot of our revenue from the higher income taxpayers, and we have a progressive tax structure. So what tends to happen, just from a structural standpoint, is our revenues are predisposed to growing faster than the formula that calculates the limit.
Democratic leaders in the state Senate say they're prepared to take the issue to voters in 2024. In a statement Friday, the office of Senate Pro Tem Tony Atkins said, in part, if the constitutional conflicts are not resolved, then dramatic cuts will need to be made to core baseline programs such as health care, higher education, and public safety. Or even worse, Proposition 98 would need to be suspended perennially. Proposition 98 sets a minimum funding level for K-12 education. Meanwhile, leaders in the state assembly are still working on their budget outlook. Republicans in that house prefer the tax cut option.
We have taxed Californians too much, and we need to return that money back to the people and let them keep their hard-earned tax dollars.
Governor Gavin Newsom's office said Friday it's waiting on updated revenue forecasts from the Department of Finance before commenting on the issue. In Sacramento, Ashley Zavala, 17 News.